Welcome back, Truth Seeker. One of the top stories in the U.S. today, a supposed mass shooting at another university, this time Kentucky State University. Of course, Kentucky is the state Lincoln was born in, a man who was assassinated. You could say gun violence, but back then people weren't trying to undermine the Second Amendment. I want you to see what's so interesting about this news in light of Kentucky being Lincoln's home state. Notice that from Kentucky's establishment date, June 1st, until the shooting today is 191 days later. And for anyone who say, well, what would ever possess you to measure from the founding date of the state? The answer would be 12 years of research where pretty much all of these mass shootings unfold the same way. And they're all tributes to history. But again, from June 1st, the establishment date of Kentucky, until today, the date of the shooting is 191 days. And in Gematria, active shooter equals 191. For the record, so does Society of Jesus, which are the Jesuits who Lincoln blamed the Civil War on. And also for the record, there are 4 base ciphers of the English language. They're super elementary. They're all based on the alphabetic order. It's the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. It's the reverse alphabetic order. Z is 1 back to A is 26. Active shooter equates to 191 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. Society of Jesus equates to 191 when you run the alphabetic order forwards. But notice 191 is also the 43rd prime. And as you can see, Kentucky equates to 43 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse and apply numerology to each letter. Again, there are 4 base ciphers, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards with numerology applied. Simple math. But yes, 191 days, the 43rd prime. And then for the kicker, look at how it lines up with Lincoln's birthday anniversary. Go figure that it's 43 weeks from his birthday when both assassination equate to 43 and 191. And as we often see, the shooting, the locations line up with the date numerology. Today has a 46 date numerology. Frankfurt equates to 46. Frankfurt also equates to 109, just like shooting. And to get that 46 date numerology, you just add 12 plus 9 plus 25. Simple. 12 plus 9 plus 25, 46. So we got the right location corresponding with the date. Frankfurt also equates to 109, again, like shooting, also like military. We'll see if it's another one of these former military guys responsible for the shooting when they put out those details. But for another familiar pattern, Frankfurt is on the 38th parallel north. And of course, that is the number most connected to death. Again, the song Murder by Numbers put out in 83. Murder equals 83. It's about killing is as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. With numerology, murder's 38. The Murder by Numbers film, the movie poster has the 3 and 8 encoded into the title. And again, the words killing, death, RIP, all equal 38. Gematria, English, Kabbalah, they all equal 38. Slipknot, the band has the song Slipknot has the song Gematria, the killing name. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. Again, 2 members of that band have died, one at age 38, the other one on a 38 date numerology. And I got to double check. It might have also been 38 days from his birthday. But yeah, both members of Slipknot, the band that did Gematria, the killing name, both members that have died in 38 rituals. And don't forget that one of the members lost his daughter as well, also in a 38 ritual. So the actual member didn't die, but his daughter did. And he asked all flowers and condolences be sent to the local Masonic temple out in Iowa, where Slipknot's headquartered out of. Masonry's based in Kabbalah, where this whole thing of letters and numbers comes from. But yeah, look into the Jesuits, what really runs this nation and who gave us the calendar and the language and synced up this system, a.k.a. the Society of Jesus, because they are the ones that run the show, and they are the ones that Lincoln blamed for the American Civil War. And all of these stories help further divide the populace. You have people that are entrenched with the Second Amendment. You have people who are now entrenched with, hey, The only thing these guns are doing are killing our young ones because they're in the hands of psychopaths. We need to get rid of the Second Amendment. And that is a very divisive thing. And no, we don't need to get rid of our rights and liberties. All of you guys who fall for these agendas, the reason we have the First and Second Amendment is so that we can actually do something about the corrupting force that has taken over our government that is actually responsible for this. So, yeah, they said 1 dead and 1 injured in a shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfurt. The suspect is in custody, police said. Remember, the Police, the band, did the song Murder by Numbers, where killing's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. And Stuart Copeland in that band, his father was in the CIA, and the CIA has the Kryptos statue that also pays tribute to this knowledge of letters and numbers. So for all the people that think this is something that's so dumb, why does your CIA have a statue acknowledging it? Not to mention, you learn this knowledge, you can figure out why the CIA was established on September 18th, 47. By the way, that new Apple hit show about the plane crashing in Alaska full of cons, and there's a CIA asset on the plane. How many 47s do they encode in that show if you're paying attention? Try watching it. I think it's called The Last... I forget what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about if you know what Apple TV is. They've been advertising it everywhere. It's a new hit show to theirs. I think they just actually put out the last episode recently, but yeah, I started to watch. I was like, man, they sure like to code the 47s up and down, like the CIA was founded in 47. Don't forget government, authority, Republican, Democrat, White House president, they all equal 47. Mason studied the 47th problem of Euclid, this nation's birthday, the 4th day of the 7th month. Lincoln said 77 years ago. Could have just said 87, but he had to say 77 years ago because it's always been about the numbers that matter to these people. All right, Truth Seeker.